Hi Leo, how are you? I'm good, thank you. My name is Lissett, and I am here with your manifestation, activation, chakra cleanse, frequency activation, and tarot reading. So I've already performed the chakra cleanse. You can find that information under my community tab. Everything is itemized. What we'll do next is we will go in with the Sacred Geometry Activation deck by Lon, and I will discover what frequencies are currently residing in the aura, in the auric field of my viewer in the light, who is working with the archetype of Leo. Anywhere Leo sits in your specific natal chart, that's where I have performed the chakra cleanse. And so then, we get the frequencies and I activate those as this video is uploading. We go in with the Rider-Waite-Smith system so that we can get a story and you can see what resonates and what doesn't for you. You know your story. I trust your discernment, Leo. And we'll close the reading with some channeled messages and oracle cards. So Leo, if you would enter into this energetic exchange with me for the greatest good of everybody involved. Let's get started. Okay, Spirit in the highest living light. 7 cards, please. 7 cards based on the 7 basic hermetic principles of manifestation. Here we are in the headspace, tantric journey. In the heart space, communication. Principle of correspondence, as above, so below, consciousness. What can be changed, compassion. What won't be changed, solar plexus chakra. Your overall rhythm is in synergy. And your overall vibration is allowance. Okay, we've got our frequencies out. Hey, before I go into that and talk about it, let's get some Rider-Waite-Smith angel cards here. Okay, hey, thanks for your patience. Thanks for doing this with me. So, you can apply this manifestation activation to anything that you're consciously manifesting, or even if you're not we're all manifesting in one way, shape, or form, all the time. And so, the manifestation, if you don't choose to consciously apply this to a certain manifestation that you're consciously building here, everyone works differently. You may be a more intuitive person in this reading. This might just find you to work with your higher self, and you just come through the activation and we spend this time together. So I'm always shocked and appalled and enlightened, and my heart just opens every time I go through one of these activations after I record it. Things really do truly change for me, and it's been a wonderful journey. So I'm glad to share this with you. Let's keep going. Here, 10 of Wands, Ace of Swords, 10 of Cups, High Priestess, 3 of Swords, 2 of Swords, and the 6 of Wands. Wow, this is already kind of intense. Let's see what's going on here. What is going on here, Leo? Let's see. In the highest living light here, Spirit, what do we see? In the headspace, what you think about, you will attract. This is the principle of mentalism. Number 42, Tantric Journey. The frequency of Tantric Journey helps us to unlock the hidden knowledge and wisdom that we intrinsically hold about how to reach a state of wholeness and completion through our sensual experiences with ourselves and with another. Tantric Journey, have a look. I'll activate this frequency for you in the highest loving light, and you just kind of have a look at the colors and shapes for frame of reference for your subconscious here. With the 10 of Wands, too much work. Accept help from others. Life is out of balance. Stress-related health concerns. So, you're needing to pull all of your energy back from everyone, especially your sexual energy. That's what I see here. You may need to do some tantric work here, some breathing, something like that. Your sexual energy, your life force energy is connected directly to your sacral chakra and your creations in the world. And that was a little sloppy, and it's bringing you stress, I see here. That's all. Too much work, even it may be seeming like muddled, like your idea of sexual relations or creativity may be a little bit muddled, and you may need to ask for help from others. I'm thinking from angels or something, but there's this beautiful dragon here. So whoever you work with, darling, can you see the image? Can you tell? It's gorgeous. Sorry, I'm just trying to get grasp the image here. I'm just seeing like this. I'm seeing this as like your sexual center, like this little. This is like a cauldron with all kinds of coals in it. What is it? What's in there? Gold. It looks like hot coals, but it's actually golden coins. And there's just like 10 wands inside of it, so they're like on fire. So I see. So, and I'm just saying, like, maybe your sexual energy is spread out a little too thin, like it's way too spread out, and so it's getting muddled. That's what I see here in the highest loving light, Leo. Tantric journey. This is a call for you to start looking into what the tantric journey may entail for you, Leo. On your particular path, you use your own discernment and you start your Google search and you start on your journey with that. If you're feeling a little blocked or stressed out or foggy when it comes to creative energy, sacral chakra things. It seems like there's a lot of passion for you out there in the world. So this could be from your past or from now or whatever. But there are a lot of people very interested in what's going on with your sacral energy. Whether you've connected with them or not in the past, it seems like some energies see your sacral energy as a hot commodity, and you need to protect that. So let's hydrate. I'm not laughing at you, I'm expelling energy here. So I felt the need for extra protection, so you see me with something protecting my crown today. And so if you start thinking about the tantric journey or ways to connect to your own vital life force, sacred, creative energy, passionate, creative energy, if you consciously choose to meditate and tap into that using Tantra or any other somatic, kinesthetic, or any kind of practice, any kind of art, be it martial, energetic, be it creative arts, okay? You need to get back in touch with your own creative energy in the most innocent form of that, and it seems like you've been having to mask and protect it, and too many people are interested. So it's time now, just like you would cover your head, it's time for you now to start thinking about consciously connecting to your own sacred energy, so that it's not just there in old partners or old creative partners, like co-collaborators or something, so that they can't use it, okay? You use it. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. Start connecting to your sacred energy. Start looking up how to work with Tantra or breath work for connecting to your own creative energy. Very important, because it's not depleted, but it's like, I'm just seeing some people like grabby, like sticky fingers. They want to know what you're creating, how you're creating it, where you're getting the resources to do that, what's inspiring and enthusiastic, and these questions and all of this inquiry into your sacred sexual energy that you're creating your life with. It's just time for you to start thinking about how to cleanse that out. So moving forward, you might have already done this, okay, or it's just a consejo. So moving forward in the heart space, we've got communication number 14, Ace of Air. Okay, but number 14, communication. The frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange communication. With the Ace of Air, it's perfect, it's beautiful. So you may have already started to connect and started to notice, like, starting to put up your boundaries with some people who are just like a little too interested in your sacred energy. And now you're starting to receive clear communication in your meditations or whatever you're doing every day. So Ace of Air, brilliant new ideas and inspirations. Seeing the truth of a situation, a challenging beginning. it was challenging. I think it's challenging because you're now starting to maybe enter a different new state of consciousness. There's some state of consciousness where you're able to consciously like notice some pulling on your secret energy, and it could be confusing when there's been like this enmeshment for many years or something, and it's just kind of like a granted, and you get used to that energy in your energy, but actually it's not yours. It's some lingering effect. So this is about sacral clearing, so that you can be connected to your inner child and your inner safety of creation and enthusiasm, and you can receive your downloads and also communicate about those double confirmation with the communication and Ace of Swords. It's a challenging beginning, needing to run things through your heart and say, this is mine and this isn't. This feeling when it comes to my sacred energy or my creative process or what I even choose to imagine or fantasize about creating one day. Whatever it is, this is you asking yourself, what is mine and what is not? When you follow your limiting beliefs and your resistances, you run things through your heart. And also when you intentionally meditate about your creative abilities and your creative process and how that's been flowing lately, this is now your heart, and we already talked about your mind. So in the mind space, I'm seeing somebody who's consciously aware of someone tugging on their energy, maybe more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, who knows? Too many people interested, even if they're not doing some ritual work or something. Who knows what people are doing? But I'm just seeing this, you needing to keep a cleansed, sacred space, sacral chakra space with tantric journey. Okay, you don't necessarily need to use tantra, but some connecting the body with the mind when it comes to your creation in order to use your own energy and not just leave it open to anybody who's ever tasted it before and, wants to suck on it like for no reason at all, when you could be building with your own energy. This is the message. So, okay, and then you're going to start getting communication right away. Once you open up your heart to see that there's some things that need to be cleaned out, you start to clean it out. You start to receive clear communication when you're running things through your heart and your mind. So we have a filter through our mind, and the filter through our mind is our principles, morals, and so that's good. And the communication with yourself to your higher self then becomes more clear. Communication in the heart space with the air, with the Ace of Swords, air. It's very strong. Cleanse your sacred energy. You're going to get downloads even better, even better, even better. What? Consciousness, number 17. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all of the multidimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. Consciousness. Okay. With the 10 of water. A contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationships. Okay, so all of this is so that you can be raising your consciousness as above, so below. So your higher self is really trying to integrate your ego, also integrate your ego, your experience here on a level of consciousness where your heart and your mind are working together, and your ego is then expressing your contractual life purpose with your higher self. And this is going to just automatically, not only, this is just clearing the consciousness for what you are naturally. You are who you are in this moment. Your consciousness is yours alone. So, but then what you do when you express yourself creatively is that you also share that, and that's the co-creative act, raising the consciousness of the collective that you interact with personally. Hence, it's very important that you are staying on top of your game, your cleansing game, because you've got the 10 of water. This is a family, a contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationships. Yeah, trustworthy relationships. That's the thing. Like when you're going to hold a space for trustworthy, healthy, co-creative relationships, then when there's some other unhealthy ones, that people that would just take your energy and use it frivolously and not even like consent with you or something like that because they're curious or whatever. Energy is actually just as good as matter. As a matter of fact, energy does matter, and people are also thinking about this, thinking about you, thinking about your sexual energy, reminiscing on the feeling that you shared with them, that you gave them. Maybe it was even the best time of their life. So this is why that's not for them. That was their blessing right there. They're blessing their lesson, and you leave them behind and you move forward towards your Ten of Cups to a level of consciousness that you can maintain and hold a sustainable level of consciousness when you have your sacral energy, because it's sustainable, because you can stay in this creative energy all the time with your loved ones and your people, your family members. So this is what I see, that it's very important as above your highest loving light consciousness that you're capable of now holding here after all your years, your experiences. You know what you've been through, and you know the lessons that you learned, and you know your purpose, okay? You know somewhere within you if you don't know it overtly. And what I'm saying is that your level of consciousness is definitely going to improve, and the people in your life that you share your loving, highest loving light frequencies with will benefit with this as you go through this. Either you already have done it or something like that. It was very stressful. You're moving from the Ten of Fire when it comes to Tantra into consciousness with the Ten of Water. It's a beautiful progression. It's a beautiful, you're not stressed out anymore. You can feel that passion in a loving and healthy way. Your consciousness has now been raised because you chose to take your energy and cleanse it and call back and mend all of your scattered fragments. And then you also cleanse the energy that isn't yours, and you send that back for God to do with it what He will, for the universe to do it. It just disperses naturally. It's not your responsibility to direct none of that. No, you work on your own breath. You work on connecting with your own creative energy, what you are, your essence, and you're walking then in your North Node, and you are then able to hold, experience this higher consciousness and this Ten of Cups energy. Moving forward here, we have got in the principle of cause and effect. What can you change? Every action has a reaction. Number 15, compassion. The frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand without judgment and be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our heart and into the world. So compassion, it's with your first major arcana here. It's beautiful because we're talking about all this water, like able to access your water, like from passion to just clear communication, downloads, clarity of mind here, maybe using Tantra to gain clarity of mind here, cleansing your energy from other people, possibly, maybe, and then into this beautiful consciousness in the Ten of Water energy. Now you'll be able to then take it a step further, have compassion with the High Priestess Pisces energy. Archangel Haniel. Listen to your intuition. Have patience. Consider carefully what you want before acting. I think some of those old chords were results of some impulsive decisions, some learning situations, and now you have really stepped into your own High Priestess energy, Pisces energy. I am feeling this feeling in the back, in my back, and the top of the back of the heart chakra here. So heart chakra activation with Pisces, deep diving, and I'm seeing the scales and I'm seeing the fish. Ooh, what else do I see here? Compassion with other people, so you can compassionately cut cords. You can do it with compassion and peace. You can do that. So that's a message. Well, you had to become compassionate with yourself and forgiving towards yourself to open up your heart. I felt a heart chakra activation in the back of the heart space. So really going in deep, breathing it in and allowing it, and allowing yourself to experience these very complicated, deep, dark, sometimes mysterious kind of Pisces things when it comes to the complicated emotions that humans feel. It's complicated. There's triggers, and there's layers and layers of programming, and there are family dynamics that are just sometimes so twisted, and sometimes they're so safe and so wholesome. And there are complicated feelings that come along with all the interactions that build up through our lifetimes as we grow and change and apply our life lessons, integrating them into, as we move forward into our new eras and build our lives and enjoy the creation, the co-creation that we share with those people, that we do create with. It's very important here. Hold on. To be compassionate and patient and show grace with yourself as you are, these are things that are fearful because they're subconscious, and society labels certain emotions, and there are even these great works of art that go into detail with these very strange dynamics, so that we can take care of them in our own consciousness, in the own collective that we deal with. Everybody and everything that we need is always only 6 degrees away from us, 6 degrees of separation. It means that there's a connection. And so, well, that's important that you're not placing judgment over yourself and breaking past those barriers of judgment over what society expects for us and what has been deemed safe and unsafe, and taboo and not taboo. And we have to go so deep. You don't have to share with anybody what you're going through. You don't have to share with anybody this, facing what you've been through, facing the dynamics and the sicknesses and the entities that may have been working through the people, any that you may have unknowingly hosted for a little while, or some spirit that you may have entertained for a while of lust or this, that, and the other, whatever. So sometimes we also need to be compassionate for the times when we were just complacent. So this is what can change. It can be that you can be more compassionate with yourself. Okay, Leo, become more compassionate with yourself, sweetheart, because all of those, facing those personal things, that whatever you have experienced up until now, facing, acknowledging, and facing, it triggers the observer effect. And then you're able to observe that programming or hexing or whatever it is, and then it's abolished and dismantled because you can observe it. Be brave enough to put a name to what that was, a word, put a name to the demon, and then you are then able to command it and chain it up, and then you put it to work in your art or whatever your lessons were, then you integrate in your everyday life lessons. It takes courage to move forward. And sometimes when we need to tap into our courage and move through fear, we may have in our lives, in trauma responses, have ignored some other moral questions and the necessity to survive. And so then we have to be compassionate with ourselves for what we did when we were fearful and needing to have courage and walk on. And then we make these certain choices and consent to certain things. All of a sudden, then we pay the karma for that, whatever. But you cannot clear the karma until you decide to maybe work with this Pisces energy, maybe meditate with some Pisces sound bowls. Maybe you have a lot of Pisces here with your fire Leo energy. I don't know, it could have to do with astrology, like the astrological transits at the time. I'm channeling High Priestess energy now with Archangel Haniel. Let's move forward. Ooh, okay. So moving forward, and what won't be changed, are we recording? And what won't be changed, we've got the solar plexus chakra number 3. Ooh, so yes, needing to be confident by yourself, and this is why you need to face what you've been through and accept it and allow your heart to be open and activated. Like, you have to tap into your heart chakra and be compassionate with the forgiveness of your own self, and maybe even for some cords that you may have, like with your sacral, that you can get rid of if you observe it and decidedly remove it in whichever way. Okay, it could be with your breathing, it could be however. Because you need to be with your solar plexus chakra even through, it's uncomfortable. It's like I'm feeling like, even through 3 of air energy. So that's 3 of swords. This is like heartbreak. Okay, great sadness. Takes time to heal. The need to forgive yourself or others. And this is what I see, that for your solar plexus, I'm going to activate your solar plexus, but you can't ignore those things that put you in this energy, because they may come back up again. You may get triggered, and you may be able to use the motivation, the energy that comes to you from those old things. Like, once you acknowledge and you heal those old things or whatever, and you create space in your energetic field to nurture and love and nourish and cultivate these good relationships and co-creations for your life moving forward, wherever you place this manifestation activation, then you are able to build your solar plexus chakra. We're talking about clearing some sacral trauma to strengthen the solar plexus chakra, even through 3 of air, because life is going to keep on lifing. Life is going to keep on lifing, and things are going to keep happening, and people are going to people are just going to be humans, and sometimes they directly want to hurt us, and sometimes they're just being themselves, trying to figure out what to do, whatever it is. We're compassionate with ourselves first and foremost, and then by healing that and everything else, when we're triggered by those old emotions and by those old things, and we have no choice but to face a complete utter sadness and just effed upness of whatever it was that hurt us, we can face that confidently, knowing we can deal with this here and now. This too shall pass. But if you don't heal those things from the past, and if you don't cut off those energetic cords, when Three of Cups energy may come into your life from one way or another, okay? Everybody's path is different, and so we each have our own contracts, and sometimes we have to deal with this energy in order to, walk our path, to walk our destined path. We need the experience, you see. So in one way or another, we call every experience to ourselves. So what won't be changed for you to continue to operate with this manifestation activation? You're going to need to heal that stuff in the past. Do your active and intentional shadow work, because Leo, I see you shining so bright with your solar plexus chakra, because nobody can touch you. Nobody was going to have access to you again and put you in this. You're going to make a boundary. You're going to make your life how you want it with this manifestation activation, and you're going to you're going to be able to hold your own pain and triggers and lovingly, compassionately sort that out. And then when some things happen in the world outside of your control and this comes up again, then your past won't affect you anymore. You'll be able to make sound decisions moving forward, rational responses to life, rather than just reactional, unhealed stuff. This is what I see. Your solar plexus is going to be strong as long as you continue to do your shadow work, especially when it comes to your sacral energy, Leo. I see somebody who's got a lot to do and say, and who has some people that really depend on them for safety. So because you're so safe within yourself right now after everything that you've healed, that people are like gravitating toward you for safety. And when those people come to you with what they need healing of what you've already healed, or guidance or whatever, we walk our path and we inspire others, whether we know it or not. It's an energetic thing. So then they're going to come around, your energy might be triggered, or you may be overly, triggered by people opening up to you. But since you are keeping your boundaries up well and using your sacral energy healthily, then you may be able to deal with that and walk on, not take it personally. This is kind of like somebody who's able to not take their work home with them or something like that. So just a thought. So moving forward in your overall rhythm, this has to do with how you go through your creative flow, how you go in and out of your creative flow, your daily rhythms, your patterns, how you build your life, okay? You have got synergy, number 41. The frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of the not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. That's a lot. Synergy, what? Functioning, working, thinking, creating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. Synergy, it's a lot. I'm feeling the layers and layers and layers. This accordion thing is coming up again that I saw in another reading before. 2 of air, 2 unicorns. I love it when I feel the activation of any chakra, especially through the backside. I think of unicorns, and there are 2 unicorns here. Being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there's no problem. And I'm like, and I'm looking over here like, functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. What? Like, lions and tigers and bears, oh my. And it's almost like every stage, every layer of these synergies of your reality right now, Leo, may be overlapping. You may be just really, it may be that spirit is showing you the point of, like, I'm seeing like a board, and I'm seeing like almost a PowerPoint or something of a person's lifetime, but then overlay like something that happened in, like a scene from your childhood, overlaid over like a transparent, like transparently then overlaid over. I'm seeing somebody in front of a well. I'm seeing children playing in a park, some drama happened, like somebody's on the floor, I don't know. And now I'm seeing like a well in some adults, and I'm seeing that overlaid. Like basically what Spirit is showing me is that lessons that you've learned in one spot of your life translate over into another spot of your life, and the synergies are a little more than sometimes that you can comprehend, and it might come to you sometimes, and in those times the message is give it to God when you can't make a decision. The message is when things are a little synergistic and you're going through your day and you're starting to get all these downloads getting hit like boom, 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 boom. Oh, that happened because of this, and that happened because of this, and you're starting to see your purpose more and the reason for everything that you've gone through, or you're at least starting to be hopeful and open your mind up, your third eye, up to recognize how to apply some of the experiences in the past into your everyday rhythm in a safe way, So whereas you may have had trauma responses before, something like that, when this energy comes to you, it's like synergistic. You can tell there's more going on that meets the eye, whatever. In that moment, all you can do is be in the here and now and do what feels natural. And just do what feels right, do what feels natural. Because I'm talking about the back of the heart chakra, because I'm seeing unicorns in the back, ask the unicorns to come in. I love the unicorns. I get it from my dad. The unicorns will help you transmute whatever may come through, okay? A stalemate, pretending there is no problem. What is this avoidance energy? So that avoidance energy is what got you to the point where I'm seeing like all these people super interested in so maybe people are questioning you. They're questioning where you're getting your passion. They're questioning all these things because like they can't comprehend you. Like you're just synergetic, you're magical. This is Leo energy. Wherever Leo sits in your chart, it's where you shine, right? So, and people can't understand that, and some people when they question themselves, etc., then the reflection then would question into whatever a person would feel shameful or question about themselves, that's going to be reflected into the way that they deal with you. And that's what I'm saying, like people have shame and fear and all this stuff over their own sacral experiences, and then you may also have your own, and these people are like triggering into yours, and you just clean that up, and you gave it to God, give it to your higher self. When you feel like you're at a stalemate and you're feeling foggy, that is when you surrender to the universe, okay? You just give it to the universe. You have to really, at the end of the day, know that you are pure loving light. That's the only truth, that you are deserving and worthy of pure love. And that you also emulate that even in your shortcomings, even in your vulnerability, even in those things that were meant to make you feel small and make you want to hide. Actually, coming out and showing all of that is what's going to really help you with these manifestations in your life and help you live loud and proud, Leo. And this is very important for Leo, for the archetype of Leo. And so you just give it to the universe. You ask for help. I personally ask unicorns for help with transmuting things and integrating things. You call on whoever you personally work with, maybe make a scheduled appointment with a Reiki healer, professional master, to help you with your chakra system cleansing when you're feeling at a stalemate or something, to get your energy moving. Get the energy moving. Get the energy moving. Don't pretend there's no problem. This is another thing that came up, facing your fears, facing your problems. Even if you don't know, there's a problem here. Why am I foggy? Like there's so much energy coming through. There's a problem here. Why am I foggy? You give it to the universe and use your tantric breath work into the now. You get into the now, using your tantra, using your breath work, connecting to your own sacral energy. And whatever may come up that you feel avoidant or fearful over, remember that you at one point had to have courage to even make that decision. You give it to the universe, even if you don't know. All you know is that you're foggy. All you know is that you are triggered and feeling like you're at a stalemate, like you can't make a choice. Use your breath work to get into the here and now, okay? And when you get curious and you ask the universe, what is this? it's going to be revealed to you, okay? So this Two of Air energy, and I think it's good also because you're going to be receiving this communication with the heart space, and then in your everyday rhythm, there's synergy with the Two of Air, so this is just a progression here. We had the Three of Air too over here, so this is just like having to, how we navigate the energy of heartache and loss and these Three of Air energies, how we navigate that and how it impacts our decisions moving forward, how we integrate what we've learned to hold a healthy and safe space, and also how we can cut the cords from the past, from some decisions that you may have had to make under distress, compassionately facing fears. It's beautiful moving forward. Leo, your overall vibration, number 9, allowance. The frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way without judgment. So when we're not judging ourselves, when we're able to be open, when our chakras are balanced and we can comfortably sit in our sacred energy, our solar plexus energy is up here, okay? So without opinion, without fear, without resistance, okay? When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. Allow yourself to expand. This is okay. You're already doing that. And this is a reiteration. What I'm reading here is already a point where you are. If you're vibing with this, then you understand what I'm talking about, and you're already doing a great job. This is a reiteration, a confirmation, and an acknowledgement of what you're going through on the energetic plane when it comes to these certain chakras and experiences. Allowance with the Six of Fire. Here's allowance, number 9. 6 of Wands, 6 of Fire, victory, good news is on the way, public recognition or awards. Yes, this is what I mean, like all of that, you may have already faced it, you've got this you're already on this high priestess destined path energy and what you can change and what you can't, and the magic is in your ability to face, break down and see what those energies, whatever it was that you did in the past that may be making you kind of question yourself. By taking that and using it for good in this high priestess energy, you're gaining. We obviously have went through some sexual trauma or something like that. It may have just been relational, or it may have not even actually been the act of sex. It could have been co-creation, collaborative creation, where somebody may have taken advantage of you or tried to, or something like that. So, or it could be, I'm seeing people and I'm seeing children who were exposed to some stuff that they shouldn't have been at such a young age and feeling confused about it. I'm seeing those confused feelings following them into their adolescence, and then in their adulthood trying to find out and clear that compassionately and move forward with this manifestation activation. And I see success with that. And I see a lot of people are curious about how you're gaining this success. So a sacral cleanse would be very good for you, okay? Because this manifestation is definitely, you're already to a point where you have forgiven, you have opened up your centers, your energetic centers, in order to allow this manifestation to come in. You're going to win, okay? That was highly channeled, all that. Let's move forward. We'll get another draw, okay? Wow. So, okay, let's see what's going on. Let's hydrate. So there's some people too curious about your sacral energy, especially considering that that was violated in you before. So then for people to still be so curious about it, that's almost like, maybe not violated, maybe just, it depends on, you know, your story, but well, just taken advantage of. Like, so I see that you may have been tricked into this, into some, you know, people, when we're young, people will say whatever just to get in your pants and feel the best thing that you have to offer, you know, that's the best of you. So, and when we're young, we're innocent, and well, you still have access to that innocence now, here and now. I see somebody who's connecting to it, and there's just way too many people who are interested in, by healing compassionately, giving yourself the grace to move forward Forgive yourself for choices you made when you were in survival mode. I'm just seeing that it's going to be very, very super fucking, beneficial when you just like block out that energy. Consciously ask spirit to block out the energy of anybody who would be questioning where your vital life force is coming from and how you're integrating that into your life. Just energetically clear it out, because you've done so much healing. So it's not even the same version of you anymore. And that's just muddling and confusing. It's too much of a difference in degree from that traumatizing time until now. I see somebody who's developed and gone through this already. I see you winning with the 6 of fire. So let's get more of the story here. What's next, Father God? Spirit in the highest living light, let's go. The 7 of Wands with the 10 of fire and tantric journey. You need to protect your sexual energy. Wow. Like if you have a husband or a wife, if you have trusted people that you create with or whatever, if you feel like your boundaries and everything are good, that's good. It's still calling here for a cleanse, and it's still calling for you to be aware that if you're feeling like somebody, even if they're not saying it, if you're feeling like they're trying to pull on your sexual energy, you're probably right, and you just say a quick prayer in your head, or you even, like, whatever your mantras are, whatever it is, you just even call your people, protect my sacral, angels, protect my sacral, or whatever, whoever your people are. So moving forward, let's get more cards. Spirit in the highest loving light. Communication, the Ace of Air. So when you get this communication, when you get these downloads through the heart space, I see that you actually are going to ground and move that forward nicely. 10 of Water. You're going to be so playful here with it's the Page of Wands with consciousness as above, so below. Now you're going to be able to play in this new consciousness in a safe space. So this is Wands energy. I like it. So that's even the 7 of Wands, where you're protecting your energy, but it's still passionate Wands. You're still going to be able to be accessing and using. We don't want your sacral energy to be off, just that you be, consciously protecting it. Pray over yourself, pray over your life. Now with communication and the Ace of Air and this Knight of Pentacles, it's been a long time coming, and you're going to start grounding in some financial gain. And then as above, so below, with consciousness and the 10 of Water, this also representing the third eye. With the Page of Wands, I see fun, creation. I see somebody skipping around having fun. Oh, here we are. And what can be changed, we've got the World. And what won't be changed, we have got, that was some weird speech. So, let's get our cards, guys. Let's go. Let's hydrate. Moving forward now, and what you can change. You can change every action. He has a reaction with compassion, and this High Priestess, this is now your second, and what you can change. You are in your destined path. You are somebody who's here to make change, Leo. You are here to make change. So this is the thing. I think you're going to be on display protecting your passionate energy. I think people are going to be seeing you do this. I think people are going to be seeing you consciously hold up your passionate boundaries, because you know your worth. You know what you offer. And I also see that with communication, the frequency of, and then the card, Ace of Air, this opportunity of conversation, everything else. Whenever I see a knight or a page with the wand up in the air, or their sword up in the air, I always see downloads and communication. This always indicates to me some chakra activation, some coming up and down through the chakra system with these swords. But this is with pentacles. And the pentacles here are a shield. So whatever you're going to be doing, there's going to be money coming in to help you contain yourself better, so that you can work on this passion project. And it's like you've been practicing and practicing. I see this is a card of practice to me too, of mastery of practice, almost like the 8 of coins, but even more. So then, okay, so that's interesting. And now, as above, so below, you'll be able to be playing around, but you are going to be making such a difference. Like, I just see people seeing your face, people accepting you, like taking warmth from you like the sun. And this is the moon. You may be even somebody's whole world. You may be somebody's entire world for a moment or two, for a leg of their journey. Clear in the third eye. So in what won't be changed, try your best to understand that also compassionately. You're in this high priestess, destined high energy, okay? And the moon, I'm seeing el mundo, and that's the world. So in the world here, and it's like when you're making changes, actually it's gonna rock the world. So you may be somebody who like is a little hesitant to make a change or to speak up, because you know that when you use your voice and speak up directly, that changes are made. Like you are somebody, or a manifesting person, Leo, that can make changes not only in your own life directly when you're talking with people, but also if you're a public speaker or something like that, you're triggering something in people's minds, in people's bodies, in their fields, with your confidence and the way that you shine, and you're healing something in them too. Lots of healing, passionate energy, accepting energy, people who can be themselves in their own bodies, like people who can be in their own essence around you and feel safe, like that's not going to be taken advantage of, because I see that you've maybe had to really ascend high from dark depths of compassionate healing, abolishing of some old, this is what I was seeing with that Pisces energy. And so you're very accepting to a level that people probably are not used to being around. It's almost scaring them. Okay, it's almost scaring them. Like you may sometimes have to bust out in song, and it's just so beautiful, and that may scare people, the inspiration they take from you, when there's such a lack of that type of inspiration in a dull world. And so you may become, like in that way, become somebody's whole world. I see somebody who is able to hold that space, hold that room, have the interaction, make the activation, have that communication, and then pull back safely until next time. Proper boundaries for whatever your performances are. So you apply and with the High Priestess and the World energy, 2 major arcana of this reading. Leo, it's perfect for you. I love it. Whoo-wee! Wow, a completion. You are really ready for this now, and people are taking cues from you. Solar plexus energy. So we have to, that's it. Okay, so we've got the Ace of Air, and we've got the solar plexus energy. So that's like seemingly, like actually you build your solar plexus by like healing this Ace of Air, of this 3 of, I'm so sorry, it's not the Ace, this 3 of Air, this 3 of Swords energy, this painful energy. Like you also get strong and get reinforced, because when you feel this kind of hurt, then you have to also heal that with that depth, that very same depth, that very same amount of love. Is the polarity, and so that is bringing a balance. It's not going to be changed. These things that you've gone through is definitely it has a balance, and you're healing people along the way. I see that. There's definitely a balance between the sadness. You've taken your time to heal. Forgiving yourself and or others, okay, and helping others forgive themselves too. Synergy, 2 of Air. I see this being and what can change in your rhythm, actually, your overall rhythm with the synergy and the 2 of Air. When I was saying call in the unicorns, give it up to the God, maybe say the serenity prayer, you release that to the spirit, you release that. Synergy is very complicated, and I was seeing different dimensions. I was seeing time as a different dimension, and I was just seeing like all the puzzles of every time of your life where that experience led to this experience. It's kind of intricate. And then that's synergistic, and this is a solitary experience that's gonna bring you so much independence and sovereignty, authority over your own life. Somebody who's gonna be able to be making these decisions every day. If you can learn how to get into your creative flow and give up what you can't understand and learn to listen to life here, continue on your journey of learning to listen to life, and take those cues from spirit, take those cues from the universe, and take the next step, the right next step. And then you can also, like I said, call on your familiars or call on whatever helps you with your transmutation, okay? Some chakra clearing down the back, I see. So moving forward in your overall vibration here, with allowance in the 6 of Fire, you winning and winning and winning. Whatever this manifestation is, you are allowing the universe to give it to you. You're allowing yourself to see it for what it is, and you are winning. But at the same time, so this doesn't last all the time. Like the 6 of Fire is a win, but also then there's going to be, it also indicates like a lull in that celebratory, because it's a parade, and they're parading you through the town, saying, giving you your accolades, and you're providing inspiration and celebrating whatever this win is, and you're allowing that to happen. People are also sharing that moment with you, but it also, eventually the parade ends, and there's all kinds of candy wrappers all over the floor, and there's got to be, street cleanup, and 30 minutes, an hour later, traffic will be then on the same street, right, in a small town parade. And I see that also through those times, you're still going to be vibing in the frequency of allowance. So when you're doing this Nine of Wands stuff, the upkeep between your projects, the lulls kind of in the vibration is an allowance. The universe is going to continually be speaking to you if you can make sure that you stay tethered in your own experience here, okay? Make sure you're always consciously aware, and try to, keep your energetic channels open. So let's go in and look at these shadows. What shadows did you have to face here, Leo? To get here, let's see, for the archetype of Leo, April 2025, manifestation, activation, chakra cleanse, frequency activation, in the highest living light for my viewer working with Leo. What shadows were faced, please? There we go, perfect. I know more than you think. I couldn't tell you face to face. I am different now. I know more than you think. I couldn't tell you face to face, and I'm different now than I was then, and I almost feel like I'm hearing you say, and now I can tell you face to face if you really want to know. Oh, you really want to know? Like, you knew before when these things were happening to you, when you're getting taken advantage of, like, I don't know, maybe your childhood, I don't know what, or maybe just like adolescents, like, POS partners and people that were just learning their pubescent energy. Or adolescence stops at 25. So people are all learning their own energies even past then. So, but it's just like the hormones are such on fire, right? Because of the development of the hormones in the brain and things. So, well, you knew energetically more than you had a feeling. Like, that came up also in this reading, like that feeling of something is off, something is off, something is wrong. Clear it in the third eye. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Like, that is just so much. Like, stop it. What? Well, I just saw that. Like, this. What did I see here? I wish I could rewind this. So I could see what was I saying. It's just like, oh, there was some inkling that something is wrong. You don't know what it is, and so you go through like this push and pull back and forth with these relationships that are unhealthy and almost dramatic. You're fighting with the partner, with the friend. You're upset, you're confused, I don't know what, or even if some horrible thing happened when you were a child or something, before you could put words to it, your spirit, your body knows. I know more than you think. Now I'm seeing that being before. You knew, but you didn't know what it was. You became curious. You started to connect to your own sacral energy, holding it to yourself with some maybe tantric work or something like that, getting to know your own vital life force energy, sacred, passionate energy, okay? Your sacral energy is sacred. And now I see that not only do you now you can say confidently to anybody trying to mess with you, I know more than you think. And not only that, it's like your spirit is, your spirit knows more, but now not only do you know and feel the imbalance, you can put words to it because you've compassionately healed. So the programming of shame or anything like that is gone. You can say, no, I recognize that for what it is, and I do not consent, and I will not. I know more than what you think, and nowadays I'm going to be able to say it. I couldn't tell you face to face back then, but I'm different now. I know more than you think. Do you feel my touch? What else? I'm sorry I didn't believe you. Do you still feel my presence? So too bad. These are messages of closure, and usually they're like from your higher self, from the higher self of people that you maybe went through this with, or maybe your passed on loved ones. Okay, you use your discernment. I know more with that whole I know more than you think vibe. Do you feel my touch? Yeah, I know you're trying to touch me. So these are some people like trying to touch you, trying to touch your energy. Like I said, like I'm seeing that pot of gold with the wands in it. People are too curious about your sacral energy, and you're like I can feel you trying to touch my energy, but no. I couldn't tell you face to face. They wouldn't have believed you. I'm sorry, I didn't. Maybe you felt like people wouldn't have believed you back then. I am different now. Now you're different. Now you can stick up for yourself. Do you still feel my presence? No, I think you've abolished the presence of anybody who did this for you. Spirit wants to know, how can I help you? Your ancestors want to know. Make sure that you speak up to your guides, okay? Speak the particular guides' names, the particular angels, entities that you want to work with. Speak it into here in your reality. Say what you want. Be intentional and specific and detailed. Spirit says, talk to us. What do you want if you're having confusion, okay? Or give it up to us. How can we help you when you're feeling foggy because you're having some synergistic experience here on your ascension journey, while you're also setting an example as you walk? You don't know what to do. I said it was going to be a solitary experience because it is personal. Your ascension journey is yours alone. Spirit says, actually, no. How can we help you? Your ancestors, your guides. Make sure you ask for help when you need it. Speak it. Use your beautiful voice, word magic, okay? You would be surprised at the difference a thought, the power of a thought is amplified by your voice and the emotions that you feel as you're speaking it. So be intentional. And be good. Messages of love. What's next? You wanna? What is it? Wait! The time is not quite right. Okay, wait, guys. What else? Protected. You are safe and divinely protected. Regret. Someone feels remorse for the way they treated you. By the way, someone feels remorse for the way they treated you. These are messages of love. So if somebody, a loved one, does feel remorse for the way that they treated you and you feel maybe they need to express that to you or something like that, this is a heads up, okay? So let's look into your divine masculine and feminine energies, Leo. Hi, Living Light. This will definitely reflect the relationships that are all around you. Your own masculine and divine feminine energy within will reflect without. And then you can also translate it into the relationships that you experience. Masculine says, I feel so drawn to you. I miss hearing your voice. We don't share the same values. That's what masculine says. I feel so drawn to you. I miss hearing your voice. We don't share the same values. I wonder what that's about. Let's see what the feminine. I feel so drawn to you. Well, a lot of people feel drawn to you, but what do you feel drawn to? Leo, I miss hearing your voice. I think your voice is very healing. I was getting that earlier, like people are going to be, you're like that you could be somebody's whole world. And you may be sharing your values to people who don't have the same ones. And you may be, I told you, you are going to be somebody's whole world, even if it's just like for the length of a song that you released or something. Or whatever, like whatever it is that you create, whatever, it could be an engineer and the people who are helping work on your project. You'll be that, like you are going to enthrall someone. And I just see that maybe your values interacting with the other values are going to activate then some brand new thing. So what else? Female, I feel so drawn to you. So, okay, I replay our conversations over and over. The feminine energy, I feel so drawn to you. So I replay our conversations over and over. You may be wanting to go back to some old project that you haven't finished before, or you may be getting inspired by some other project that you did before and maybe collaborating with somebody to make it brand new. It's just the message that I'm getting here. And then I miss hearing your voice. Finding out the truth crushed me. There's somebody so this relationship, so I was talking about using your voice and your like word magic, because like the difference between a thought and some spoken word is we're using spoken word for a reason, you know. So while you may be healing people that have found out crushing truths, possibly maybe, your voice may be healing people, like, so it may not be your actual voice, it may be like your voice as communicated through writing, or your message, like your voice meaning your point of view, your art. So feminine says, so when the masculine energy misses something, desires something, what do? They go after it. When the feminine energy, who's receptive, feels crushed, what does she do? She shuts down. So maybe the masculine energy is going to come in to help open up. I saw heart activation through the back of the heart space. So there may be something like that, some healing going on between the masculine and feminine, because the feminine shut down and the masculine needs that heart space open. So it's your masculine aspect too. In order to move forward with this manifestation activation, you're going to need to keep your heart open no matter what the atrocities were. There were atrocities, darling, okay? So, and you're just leading after overcoming that. So, and there's some people that they just can't understand, and this is sometimes a path that we walk, Leo. But because a Leo commands the energy and commands the room. And some people who have maybe some, what they feel, or maybe some shortcomings or inadequacies, there's no such thing as inadequacy, but when you feel that you're inadequate in some way, shape, or form, then you project that maybe. Some people may project that to you, like when they feel inadequate in their own passionate energies, how they express themselves, they may then project that onto you, and they see that, no, you're holding strong, confident, and healthy and healed Leo energy without shame, showing your vulnerability and actually helping activate people to raise awareness in this conscious, co-creative, collaborative work of life here. We don't share the same values. My life is not as together as it seems. And so people may need also, so the masculine says, we don't share the same values. Feminine says, my life isn't as together as it seems. Maybe I'm willing to listen to your values and see what they are. And maybe, in that exchange, then masculine and feminine are maybe opening your heart to consider new values or revamping. When you collaborate and you create something new, that thing has its own also energetic signature that would create a new creation from two different people with two different values, two different backgrounds, two different experiences coming together. I see this, and abolishing shame to say that actually, even though we hold very different ideas, I think that interacting with your energy is going to enrich my life and help me here, help me, and my life is not as together as it seems. And I see a willingness to co-create and participate in a feeling of safety, and okay, consenting to do that, really consenting to do that, and working together, grounding something in reality to share with other people in love. That heart activation again, the back of the solar plexus is now activated, and I feel the back of the sacral chakra. So this is really beautiful, that there's going to be a coming together of minds and sharing of values, and something very beautiful with the Ten of Cups energy and consciousness. You're going to really be working on your own consciousness, the people that you're working with, and then that translates into raising the collective consciousness. Let's close this reading out with a few wisdom of the oracle cards, Leo. The highest living light, let's go. So happy I came to work today, Leo. This is a good reading. I can't wait to watch it. Thanks for staying with me this long. A thinker, number 44, thinker. Really thinking about things. I see this very magical, intricate world in the mind, in the headspace, and I see it practical manifestation through the third eye, through projection. Through thinking, through really thinking, imagining things, but like, how can I bring this grand idea into the real world, and really thinking about that. And I'm just seeing some humanitarian doing that, milk and honey. You want your milk and honey. Maybe when it comes to the sacral chakra, you might want to do a milk and honey bath. Okay, bathe yourself in milk and honey, or have a delicious chamomile milk tea with honey in it or something. Okay, really, and do it intentionally. This is a cute baby elephant under a rainbow bathing in milk and honey. Stop it. And we had thinker elephants, and an elephant never forgets what they've been through. They're so wise. You see the baby elephant? Just cleanse yourself, okay? Because the weight that an elephant that never forgets, the weight that they must carry sometimes, it can be a heavy burden and muddle up their idea. It's just an innocent little baby elephant. It's so cute. Try a milk and honey bath, darling, okay? Moving forward. a leg up. You have got a leg up. This has come out in the last 2 readings. It's number 34. 44, 51, and 34. What's that? 8, 6, and 7. What? Hey, so there's your dissension. 8, 6, 7. Or, well, no, that's a little muddled up. What? Let's get another one. Let's see. Breathe. Try your tantric breathing. Okay. Thank you, Leo. That was your manifestation activation, tarot reading, chakra cleanse, and frequency activation. My name is Carol Lissett, and I love you. Bye.